What is up, everybody? We are live. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's set that in studio mode, I guess. Here we are. Can you see my face? All right, I can't see my scenes for some reason. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Editor. There we go. Okay, I think we are live. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I can't type to you on my... Okay, all right. We're having some difficulties as usual. Okay. All right. Can you see my face, everyone? That's a real question. I can't see the chat for some reason. I can't see the chat. I just want to make sure if there's someone. We have 5 viewers already. I'm just going to have a look at the stream, what it looks like. It's been a while. I didn't stream, to be honest with you. All right. Just going to check. Is everything fine? All right, we're gonna get started in a few seconds. Oh, we have Mr. Du Soleil in the chat. What is up, Mr. Du Soleil? How you doing? How you doing? We're about to get started, guys. I'm just having a small issue right here. Here we go. Okay, we should be fine. Okay, that's a bit inception because I was sharing my screen. All right, let's get started. Let's get started, ladies and gents. I'm having issues with my chat. It's fine. I'll find another way. Oh, we have Vincent Isabelle in the chat. All right, let's get going. Tell me if you can see my screen in a second. So welcome to the Microsoft Copilot live training. Get started with Microsoft Copilot. So what is Microsoft Copilot? It is the AI tool of Microsoft. I'm sure you heard about it. And who am I? So I am David Fortin. I am a CPA, chartered professional accountant. And my motto is to learn Excel the modern way. So I want to make Excel a little bit funnier. But recently, with all the AI stuff going on, I wanted to actually jump on the AI trend because I think you can learn so much on AI. And I didn't just want to jump on the trend. I really want to help people master it. I'm not an AI expert because you know what? It's been out for only a few months, but let's say that I read a lot on the topic. So we're going to go through some very interesting stuff today about AI. And here it is. It is my brand, Piggy Bank Accountant. So here we go. So why are we here? The first thing is I went to Google and actually looked for prompt engineer jobs. And what I was really surprised is at the left here, as you can see, there are many prompt engineer jobs. What is a prompt? A prompt is just when you ask questions to artificial intelligence to actually get answers, to get results, right? So that was not long ago. It was on June 11th. So 14 days ago, I went to Google and was like, oh my God, we are recruiting people to actually be prompt engineer, to be AI pros. So that's where we're at. We are in the AI era. And as you can see here, I have a company, Shift Labs, I don't know this company, in Toronto, paying 70 to 150K a year for someone to be an AI pro. I think this is a pretty self-explanatory to understand the state we're at right now. AI is dominating. So here we are. I made another research on Indeed, which is a really well-known job search. And as you can see here, salary of 5,000 euros per month to be an AI generative master, a prompt engineer, call him however you want. So here again, why are we here? Microsoft invested more than 13, sorry, and not 30 billion dollars in generative AI. So I think it's fair to say that it's here to stay and we changed era. So I hope you're convinced by now. lay back a little bit, have your lunch. It's going to be a fun ride. I'm going to teach you a little bit about Microsoft Copilot and its foundations. So before getting started, who am I? I am David Fortin. I am a CPA. I started my career in PwC, which is a big four accounting firm. You know, these firms where we do a lot of hours and get paid really little. So that's me when I'm super young, doing a lot of hours in construction client, in financial services client, and traveling a lot, going on the plane day and night, clocking incredible hours in my timesheets and learning about Excel and the business or corporate world. Then I switched over to the tech industry. As you can see, my gear switched a little bit with the bandana, going all in these Excel spreadsheets. I went to do FP&A, financial planning analysis, for the tech industry, so a video game company where I was managing budget of more than $200 million in cost. And then I switched over to a SaaS company, software as a service company, where I participated in raising 30 million in venture capital money. And then we exit this company. It wasn't my company, for more than $200 million using Excel and PowerPoint. It's breakfast time in Las Vegas. Oh, I forgot about the time zone. You're absolutely right, Mr. Excel on fire. And now what I'm doing today, I am like Mr. Excel on fire in the chat. I do videos on YouTube for a living. At the top here, you can see a few of my thumbnails. I mostly focus on Microsoft Copilot nowadays, but I also make a lot of video on Microsoft Excel. At the center here, you can see a screenshot of my latest video analytics, which is a Copilot tutorial that was watched by more than 21,000 people in 100 days and is still getting views. As a side note, I'm also having some courses on Udemy. So I teach people Microsoft Excel and Copilot on Udemy. I taught to more than 6,000 people so far since doing it full-time last August of 2023. So that's my authority, as we can say. That's who am I. Welcome in everyone. I am pretty stoked to do these webinars for the next 4 weeks. So what's today's agenda? I know you're like, Dave, you're talking a lot. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the meat. We're getting there. So the first thing we're going to go through is to explain to you a little bit of the AI foundations. So how does AI work, and what is the LLM? What is artificial intelligence? All of that. We're going to try to simplify it. Then I'm going to tell you a little bit more on Copilot. We're going to compare it real quick with ChatGPT. And then I'm going to go live. I'm going to wear my bandana once again. And we're going to do a live demo of what you can do with this tool and how to onboard it. At the end of this very live stream, we're going to have a Q&A session, so you'll be able to ask me any question you want. But first, there is a pinned message in the chat. There is a survey, and I would love if you could take only 1 minute. This is completely anonymous to answer this survey. There's a link in the chat that's supposed to be pinned by the Piggy Bank Accountant, which is me, which is my brand. It is a 1 minute survey with 5 questions. 4 of them are required and 1 is not required. So please, it will help me with knowing where you're at in your AI journey, if you use AI very often. And one very quick analogy, or one quick history while you fill the survey, please fill the survey right now. That will be really nice from you. Is that Apple, everyone has a phone, are making an update very soon with iOS 18, and it is bringing Siri is going to actually eat or use steroids. So Siri is going to be stronger. So you're going to have a ChatGPT integrated in your phone. Everyone, well, not everyone, not every phone is going to have Siri V2 or V3, let's say it like that. So it is really important that you start learning how to use AI, because this is coming in your pocket this fall with Apple, that made a huge deal with OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT. I hope by now that you have answered the survey. Let me know in the chat if you have extra comments about AI, I will be happy to answer it, and let me know if you actually found the link. It should be pinned in the comments. All right. So what is AI? So artificial intelligence is the computer science field that simulates human intelligence to solve problem and perform tasks. So basically AI isn't new. It is a brain, as you can see here. It's like a robot brain emulating robot brain, and artificial intelligence is here for years now, and you use it every day without even knowing it. Think about getting your credit card transactions approved. This is a form of AI. Think about your YouTube video recommendation, your Spotify recommendation, your Netflix, you might want to watch this recommendation. It's all a form of AI. You know this algorithm, so this is nothing new. We've been using AI like this for years now, but what's new is the generative AI. This is the new trend in AI, and it is capable of generating text, images, or other media in response to prompts. So in other words, it is natural language. You are a wizard, Harry, right? This is basically you typing any question with natural words, saying, hey, what's up? How you doing? Can you help me making a marketing plan? And actually getting some answer. And the risk behind this, the danger, is that even your grandmother can use AI now, especially when this update from iOS 18 on your cell phone is going to kick in. Everybody's going to have ChatGPT built in, Apple Intelligence. So that is the risk, that is the danger of the thing. That's why I think you should learn how to use it. So how does generative AI work? It uses a large language model. Okay, in some other words, a large language model is just a dictionary. So it's been pre-trained with a lot of information, and basically it's a model. So large language model, a lot of information fed into a dictionary. So when you ask the AI tool, read here, Copilot, it's going to feed its information in the pre-trained model, the large language model, to give you back answers based on the previous words that it's going to find on the internet. So an example, just in a nutshell, it's a machine that predicts the next word based on your previous word. So if you're saying hello, how, then the AI is going to look at this model and say, okay, after the word how, normally it's R, and then after the word R, it's you. So hello, how are you? So AI is going to make a prediction based on the previous word. That's very simplifying everything, but it's basically how it works. Feel free to have any questions anytime. Feel free to add them in the chat. So I was talking about the dictionary. So to add a little analogy to this, I saw a video lately and I really found this analogy really cool. It's basically that a large language model is a dictionary and that you have a little Albert Einstein in your basement. And this little Albert Einstein is actually Microsoft Copilot or ChatGPT. You know, like this is the actually tool that helps you read the dictionary. And this little Albert Einstein never gets tired. You can ask him any questions you want and he can become an expert in, let's say, medicine, let's say marketing, let's say an accountant, a legal advisor. Of course, it won't replace your legal advisor, but this little Albert Einstein will transform into anything you ask him to transform into, and is actually your only limitation is your imagination and the questions you ask him. You need to make sure you ask them the right way. So this is the best analogy I can do with AI right now. So we can maybe think that Copilot is a magic box that you can have to draft emails, create content, do your evaluation at work, draft stories, write a songs, etc. You can do a lot of things, generate images, analyze charts, etc. But it is not so magic. You have to be really careful when you use AI. I know you know, but please don't just copy paste. And you know, we all seen all these pre-written posts by AI using unveil, unlock, and it's, you know, some words that just don't fit a natural human language. So make sure to use your critical judgment, your professional judgment when you get a prompt back from AI. So it is not so magic, Harry. Get out of here. And so yeah, that's a little disclaimer that I'm making. And I wanted to ask a question. We'll see if you are on fire, chat. Who here knows Chat GPT? And I want you to answer right now in the chat. Believe it or not, some people don't know Chat GPT, and it will help me to actually shape up this presentation and go a little bit further in this presentation. So it's going to give me a starting point. And here we go. We have Chat GPT versus Copilot. Oh, we have Woobsy in the chat. What is up, my man? Always here, even when I'm gaming or presenting Copilot, right? So I'll make a quick difference between ChatGPT and Copilot because ChatGPT is the bigger cousin of Copilot. It's been here for more time, and I want to make a quick difference between the two. So Copilot has been made by Microsoft. What is Microsoft? You know, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft OneNote. You are on Microsoft Windows right now, probably. So this is just the company behind the tool. But the other company behind ChatGPT is called OpenAI, and it's a more recent company. We have AI Business Concepts in the chat saying, yes, what is up, AI Business Concepts? Welcome to the stream, my man. And basically, these are just two companies. And what's cool in the AI world right now, I feel like, is that there are partnerships everywhere. Everybody wants to have their take at AI, but there are a lot of partnerships going on. And the first, or one of the first partnership that we saw is that actually OpenAI and Microsoft made a partnership for their LLM. You know, the LLM, the large language model, the dictionary. So for the free version of the tool, Copilot is using GPT-4. And you might ask yourself what GPT stands for. It's for generative pre-trained transformer. Just think about a dictionary. Once again, you have pre-trained this dictionary with some information. While ChatGPT is using GPT 3.5, recently they came out with GPT 4.0 for a few prompts. You only have like 10 prompts a day or something like that. But when you use the free version of the tool, you get the 4 for Copilot and you get the 3.5 for ChatGPT. And what I wanted to say is that actually who developed these models, who trained these models is actually OpenAI. Both of these, the GPT-4, which is just a newer version of the GPT 3.5, it was developed by OpenAI and they made a partnership together saying, hey, Microsoft, you don't want to develop your model yet. I heard that Microsoft are working on their own model, so you can use my model here. It's just like they rented the car, you know, like I don't want to buy a car. You can use my car. Can I use your cars for a few years? Let's say it like that, right? So that's one thing. And there is one main difference, I think, between the two tools is the knowledge limit. I think ChatGPT are working on being live AI as well, but Copilot is web-based. So they're using their Bing search engine to actually give you results. So yesterday there was a Stanley Cup Finals of 2024. If you go to Copilot and you ask, what's the result of the finals of the Stanley Cup Finals of 2024, is going to give you the right answer. If you try with ChatGPT, it might give you the right answer, but it should not, because there is a knowledge limit as of January 2022. But since they have a new model, they might have just changed it like recently. As I wrote it, subject to change. I think if you see Bing Chat online, by the way, it's the old name for Microsoft Copilot. They're changing things around. And yeah, that's about it. I think Microsoft are also more aiming at security. So they're saying if you prompt Copilot, it's going to stay in your Microsoft environment, the Microsoft graph. But that's another topic that I don't want to get too deep in. If you don't want your thing to leak, if you want to be sure about confidentiality and intellectual property, don't put your things in AI, okay? That's another disclaimer. If you don't want your things to leak, don't put it in the internet, right? Even though the government already has all of our SIN, social insurance number, and gave it to everyone, that's another story, all right? Back to it. All right, so basically I want to do another analogy. So I was saying the large language model. So GPT 3.5, which is what ChatGPT is using, is basically, I love to compare it to a dictionary. Le Petit Larousse in French is actually one of our dictionaries. So that's if you were using a 1993 dictionary, and when you go to Copilot is like if you were using a more recent dictionary, so a 2024 Larousse dictionary, let's say it like that. And basically it's faster, it has more memory, so let's say more word, it can analyze images, and there's a lot of, it's just stronger, faster, and everything you want it to be faster. So let's say you're going with a Ferrari and this is a Toyota Tercel, okay? Let's go with the car analogy once again. I love this. Feel free if you have any question. So what is a Copilot? So a Copilot is any Microsoft tool that has AI into it. Recently, we've seen Copilot for finance, we've seen Copilot for Dynamics, Copilot for sales, Copilots for services. So Microsoft, as soon as there is an AI into their tool, they call it a Copilot. But they basically train specific Copilot to do specific tasks. Copilot for finance will have a background knowledge, so they have their language model, which is adapted and trained for finance specifically, right? But today we want to talk about Microsoft Copilot, and here you need to watch this image that just popped on the screen. We have many versions of Microsoft Copilot, and that's where it gets really messed up. It gets confusing, so I'll try to make my best to make it less confusing. So basically to the left here, we have Microsoft Copilot for individuals. This is what we're going to talk about today. And then if you have a business, you can have Microsoft Copilot for organizations. So I'll go back to Microsoft Copilot for individuals. We have a free version and a pro version. Free version is free. If you go to copilot.microsoft.com, you just sign in your Microsoft account and boom, you're in. You can start asking questions just like ChatGPT. If you go for the pro version, you pay $20 a month, 20 US per month, and then you pay, and then it unlocks Copilot into your 365 apps. So basically, what's the difference between these two is the foundational capabilities are identical. So basically, what is a foundational capability is just the ability to prompt, so ask question, ask images, analysis, draft emails, make a marketing plan, stuff like that. Web grounding, I told you that it is a live AI because it's using the Bing search engine to go search the internet. Then you have the commercial data protection. As I told you, I don't want to get into too much details here. I'm trying to get an interview with Microsoft to actually talk more about this, but every AI company, when we talk about security, they're not really eager to talk about it. So that's one thing, but if you don't want it to leak, don't put it in there. And then we have the priority model access. I told you that Copilot was running on GPT-4, which is the most recent dictionary. What they tell you here is that if it's too busy on GPT-3 or GPT-4, sorry, you're not going to get downgraded if you're using the Pro version. Anyway, all of this, what's really important to understand is that if you want Copilot to be integrated in your 365 apps, so Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote, you need to pay. You need to pay 20 US per month. And to be honest with you, I tried the tool a few times now, like a lot actually, and I will not advise you to pay for Copilot Pro because I don't think it moves the needle that much. It's not really great when it's integrated in PowerPoint, Excel, etc. And you will see later in this presentation why I'm saying that. If you want to try it out, you can try it out for 1 month for free. But what I think is going to really move the needle for the businesses is actually the 365 version. So you have Copilot in Teams, and here you have the Microsoft Graph Grounding. So what is the Graph Grounding? It's actually the ability for Copilot to be like an internal Google. So to have a look at your emails, at your SharePoint documents, at your OneDrive documents, and actually do an internal search and give you more access to AI. But I really do think that these two here, the Copilot free version, the pro version for individuals, is going to revolutionize your workflow, even at work. So if at work they're not enabling Copilot so far, you can still use a personal license. Of course, don't go against your IT confidentiality policy and everything, but this is something I really use Copilot every day of my life, and it has changed my workflow, and you'll see later. Next, we had a custom GPT builder, which was included in the Pro feature. This is already going away on July 10, and in Copilot for 365, you have the Copilot Studio feature, which allows you to create custom Copilot, but that's another topic. So here it is. So this is Copilot in PowerPoint. As you can see at the top here, this is a little bit Inception. I took a screenshot of me building this very specific presentation. And when you click on the button at the top, you have a pane that pops to the right, and you can actually prompt Copilot in PowerPoint to actually craft PowerPoint. And I'll show you later in this presentation. This one's actually pretty cool, but not perfect once again. All right, so enough talking. It is demo time. And if you want to do it at the same time as me, you have two choices. You do it or you wait and you watch. You can go to copilot.microsoft.com. And what we'll do is that we'll do 4 things. First, I will ask Copilot to help me create a marketing plan. Then I'll ask Copilot to draft a professional email. Then I'll ask Copilot, what are the HR best practice when I just onboard a new company. And then I'll ask Copilot to draft a contract. And all of this, I will do it with the free version at copilot.microsoft.com. And the beauty of AI, party people, is that when you do a prompt, you can do the same prompt 3 times in a row and you won't get the same result. That's the beauty of the models, that's the beauty of everything. So don't worry if you don't have the same results as me. It is completely normal. So let me head over to copilot.microsoft.com. Here we go. I am sharing my screen once again. So make sure you ask any question you have in the chat. I'll go to copilot.microsoft.com, and simple as that, I go there. And boom, it loads in a second. And here we go. I'm already logged in on my Microsoft account. You don't even need to log in to have access to it, but some features are unlocked by logging in. I'll go real quick on the interface. So right here at the top, you have the Copilot GPT, so generative pre-trained transformers. I don't use these much often. I just go right there at the bottom. To the right, you have your recent chat history, which is very, very interesting. Please note that when you have business license, you don't have this recent chat history because Copilot locks the access to your previous prompt. It doesn't keep any eye on access to these prompts. So you can see my recent chat history here. Nothing too crazy, just some crazy stuff. And this is the actual interface of Copilot. You have 3 conversational style. You have the creative one, the balanced one, which is like more informed chat, and you have the precise one when you actually just want facts. You don't really want Copilot to be creative. So we call this a temperature. And really important thing here, Copilot uses AI check for mistakes. So even Microsoft themselves tell you to not use Copilot, just raw information. Make sure you use your critical judgment. So we'll go right here. We'll start prompting Copilot and we'll ask, could you create a marketing plan? And I'll just type enter straight up. Really, really boring prompt, really general, really generic. And this is live time, right? This is real time. I'm not accelerating everything. And Copilot is just giving me some generic things or items that a marketing plan should contain. And what is really cool with Copilot is that himself is telling me, hey, I don't think you're using me the right way. So it tells me, remember, the key to a successful marketing plan is to understand your market and customer deeply and to set clear and achievable goals. Tailor each section to reflect your business situation. So it tells me to be really specific, which I wasn't. My prompt was actually, could you create a marketing plan? That's probably the worst prompt ever. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation because I prepared some prompts in advance yesterday because I think it's going to be easier for you to understand if I don't do it live. You can play with the AI later. I think you will really benefit from listening and actually understanding what you should do with AI. So back at it, I'm presenting my screen right now. So I asked Copilot, could you create a marketing plan? And I think that was probably the worst prompt I could have done, right? So this is a no-go. From now, you don't use these prompts anymore, okay? Because AI needs a little bit more to give you better results. So this is actually what I did. This is a more detailed, more specific prompt. So I asked AI, could you create a marketing plan for me? That is the goal. And then I asked it, I work in a video game company. Could you adapt that marketing plan? I would love to have 6 very detailed steps and that you adapt the language for a company in the entertaining space. So I gave it a little bit context. Who I am, who's this for, what do I want out of this, right? And then I'm going to give AI the expectation. We will present the plan to an executive team so it has to be sharp. There are some other key ingredients, but for now, the only required one is the goal, as you have seen in the previous prompt. And look at the AI results now. It adapted my results for my video game company. It told me to use data analytics to understand player behavior and preferences. On the objective side here, it told me to use the unique identity within the gaming industry. And further down here, it talked to me about the consoles and everything. So we have a really more specific prompt, specific marketing plan that we can now use and start from a draft, right? It's not perfect, it will never be, but here we go. We have something way better that we can start, and it's a great draft, right? The other prompt that I have here is the human resources. So I'm brand new in a company. I am a rookie in human resource management. I just got a new job and they asked me to implement new best practices in terms of human resources. Could you help me with the first 5 things I will need to put in place? The company is a construction company, so I'm brand new in this company. I have no one to ask questions. It's a 6-people company, and I got hired to do the HR, but you know, I'm fresh out of school and I don't know who to brainstorm with. My friends are not available, so I have my good friend Albert Einstein, which is a HR specialist today, and I can ask him any questions. Back to the prompt. Copilot gave me the first 5 things I will need to put in place. The first one being the proactive workforce planning, streamline recruitment and selection process, and 3 more items because I asked for 5. I would have asked 10, it would have gave me 10, you know? And what's cool with Copilot versus ChatGPT is that it gives me its sources at the bottom here. So if I click on any of these links, I will get to the articles from which it feeds its answers. So which is pretty cool, right? That was a second example. Now the third example, that's actually a real use case. I used this last week to build a contract. So I asked Copilot, could you help me draft a contract? I am a content creator and I build videos for companies. I'd like if you could write me a contract for my business. My business is located at, and then I gave the street address and everything. I gave the contract object, which is the creation of 4 videos themed on Copilot and Excel trainings, because yes, I make videos, I make YouTube videos for your company, and it can be hosted on my YouTube channel or your channel. It can be educational video. I can help you audit your YouTube channel for better marketing. Anyways, that's another topic, but I just wanted to tell you what I do for a living. And then I ask Copilot at the bottom here, can you make sure you cover basic contract clauses such as deliverables, usage right, payment terms? I will review the rest. Once again, Copilot is not replacing your legal advisor. I just think it can get you started with a good draft, and like lawyers are very, very expensive. So it can actually save you a few hours if your lawyers start with a solid draft. Copilot gave me this, a very, very boilerplate template contract, which you will have bought probably 20 bucks online a few years ago, but now with AI, we can generate it in seconds. It had put my information here, my client, which is, oh my God, AI will steal my job, which is fantastic. But I wasn't really satisfied with this. I asked Copilot, could you add way more to it so I'm sure I'm protected? And as you can see here, those two boxes at the bottom, Copilot actually added 3 sub bullet points to the ownership and licenses topic and to the compensation topics to make sure I am protected, right? Amazing. All right, so now I made a video. I recorded this actually yesterday morning. It's Copilot in PowerPoint. Once again, I didn't want to go live. I'm going to voice over the video, so my face will disappear for a second, but I'm still here, okay? Hello, I'm still here. Can you hear me? So we're just going to hit play. Let me have a sip real quick. All right, hit play. So we are a Copilot in PowerPoint. I click at the top on the ribbon on the Copilot button, and there's a pane that's opening. And I will just ask Copilot, could you make a presentation about David Fortin, a CPA that runs a YouTube channel, Piggy Bank Accounting? And as you can see at the top here, I had some pre-built prompt. Create a presentation about. And I think that's really important that you need to learn how to prompt AI. And this is the perfect example here. When I ask Copilot, could you make a presentation instead of create a presentation about, Copilot just doesn't want to understand. So what I did is I actually used the pre-built prompt and I asked the same thing again, create a presentation about, and I copy pasted my previous prompt, and then I just click send. And this is real time, okay? This is not accelerated, this is not slowed down, this is real time. And Copilot, we can see that it is thinking, and you can see the date at the bottom. It was June 24, it was yesterday, and Copilot is pulling things together, and it is building a slide deck with 10 slides maximum, because that's what I asked, on David Fortin, the biggest accountant, the biggest Copilot Excel guru out there. And look at these results. Oh my God, this is me 40 years from now with gray hair. This is not perfect, right? It just created a draft presentation with a 10 slides deck, which says that Piggy Bank Accountant is a YouTube channel run by David Fortin. And it tells me that my YouTube channel is about saving money, investing for beginners. It just put some random information in there. Nothing about this is accurate. It tells me that I'm a CPA, which is true, but I actually put this in the prompt. It tells here that my YouTube channel has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Speaking of this, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. It will be super easy. You just click on that subscribe button and it will make it our way to actually 100,000, right? So as you can see, that wasn't perfect. It gave me a great draft of what this could be, but I think Copilot is not so magical so far, and I would advise not buy it, the pro version for PowerPoint or Excel. It's not on point yet. I think you can get away with the free version. Make sure you like this video as well, so it's going to be shown to more people. So I want to show another example of the Copilot not so magical example. So I asked Copilot here, could you help me create a matrix evaluation criteria? I want 3 levels from beginners to advanced as columns. I want to evaluate my team as a boss. And I asked here, I want at least 5 competencies. The first reflex of Copilot was to give me in a bullet point format. I wasn't really happy, so I want to encourage you to give feedback to Copilot. I told him, can you present it as a matrix format? And here we go. It gave me this matrix format. As you can see, my 3 competency level, my 5 competencies here, and I'm ready to go to evaluate my team. I can even click on the export to Excel button, and it's just going to open this in Excel online, which I think is pretty handy, right? I asked Copilot, can you add 2 more levels and also 5 more competencies? It told me, certainly, let's expand the matrix by adding 2 more levels, novice and expert, and including additional competencies. Super good. Look at this, Copilot added the novice and expert, but it didn't add any competencies. It's the same that we had in the previous prompt. So I'm like, come on, Copilot, don't tell me something you didn't do. So that's the beauty of AI. You have to actually fight with it a little bit to get your results. So don't give up so quick. That's really important that you keep going. AI is great. You just need to know how to prompt and how to keep going and never give up. So I told AI, you have added 2 more levels, which is fine, but you didn't add any more competencies. Can you add competencies? And then I gave him an example. That's another do of AI. Give example. Add the Excel skills, blah, blah, blah. So I gave him more context. And here we go. Copilot told me I added 5 more competencies, which is false once again, but it actually did add this Excel one, and it actually generated information that is very logical right here. So that was an example of why Copilot is not so magical and why you should really be careful when using AI. I think it's really important to understand its limits. So that was it for the content. Now I have one gift for you all, the Copilot Essentials from AI Beginner to Proficient course, which is my course that I released. It's 2 hours long and I'm offering it for $75 US, roughly 50 Canadian dollars or 100 Canadian dollars, I should say. So it's half the price using the coupon code Copilot50 for 50% off. And this actually expires in 24 hours. And I will put the link in the chat here on YouTube, and the course is actually pretty good. We're gonna go over what it includes in a few seconds. The course is amazing. I gave it my all. I asked it a lot of review from a lot of people, and I think it's going to help you understand AI way better. Here is the link to the course in the chat here, and the content of the course is actually this content right here. So first we have the Copilot Foundations, which we go a little bit deeper than this actual webinar. Of course, that was a free course. I hope you got value out of this. If you don't want to buy, if you're not ready to buy, it's 100% fine. You know it exists. So we explain Copilot, then we do a difference of the free versus the pro version. Then I will teach you some Copilot housekeeping rules. One of the biggest thing right now is to have the reflex to use AI and how to use it. So I'll give you a few things on how you will be able to think about AI every time when you have a question. Then we're going to jump in the prompt school. The prompt school is going to teach you how to prompt with the perfect formula that we have seen just a little bit today. And we are going to go over the Copilot do's and don'ts. And I will teach you also how to replace Google by Microsoft Copilot. Of course, we're going to use some examples, some real life use case, and I'm going to walk you through on how you can use Copilot on a daily basis. We're going to go through the Microsoft Copilot free features. So you can generate images with Copilot as well. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And also many free features that you're probably not even aware, such as summarizing videos. Think about summarizing your meeting with your boss or meeting with your team, making sure you didn't miss anything, making sure you have these notes handy, ready in a Word document or a OneNote document. I'm going to show you how to summarize a lengthy PDF, when you have only 20 minutes before a presentation and you didn't prepare accordingly, you can summarize PDF with the free version of Copilot. All of this is possible. And I will talk about the Copilot mobile app, which is actually pretty cool, which you can actually speak to, and it's going to do some wonderful notes for you or anything you actually want to do with the app version of Copilot. So that was the first part of the content. The second part of the content, you don't need to buy Copilot Pro for this training. You don't need to buy Copilot Pro for this training. You will learn during the training if you think it's worth it. But we're going to go through examples of Copilot PowerPoint, how to use also the free version of Copilot to build PowerPoints in seconds as well. And it works really, really great. And Copilot in Teams, Copilot in Excel, Copilot in Word. Of course, these are getting improved. I think. Oh, did you hear my belly? Holy shit! That was crazy. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm going to wrap this around. So this is it. So, and more content. Actually, of course, the course is 2 hours. It's a video format, but you know what? Since I make really great videos, and as you can see, I just want to highlight. Look at the production value of this course. Right, for less than $100. Look at all these thumbnails. I gave it my all. I gave everything to this course to make it the best learning experience. And I know not everyone likes learning by videos only, even though it's my preferred format, my preferred medium. You have the Copilot resource guide in this course, which is hosted on the LMS Learning Management System platform Thinkific. And actually, you're going to have all of these PDFs. So this cheat sheet has been downloaded by more than 500 people, and it is my favorite cheat sheet. It gives you in a nutshell what you can do with Copilot, and actually it is a really, really handy. Print this out, put it near your computer. You'll have the Copilot explained to kids, so just more analogy so you can explain how it works to your colleagues and look like a kingpin or a queen pin at the office on how Copilot works. And then you have also the top 10 use cases of Copilot to speed up your productivity. All of this is included in the course, so you're going to have this handy how to prompt. You're going to have access to my prompt, so you can swap just the words into it and make it your own. And then you have way many more PDF just to support your learning. So if you haven't grabbed the course yet, do fast because it's only there for 24 hours. The 50% discount, the link is in the chat, and the coupon code is Copilot50. Use it right now. So who's this course for? The last thing I want is you to buy something that is not made for you, that is not tailored for you, or you think it's something else, right? We are not going to Copilot for businesses in this course. It's mainly Copilot for individuals, but you probably can still use it for business, right? Just remove that confidential information and start prompting. So this course is for professionals that want that. So there's a typo here, I'm sorry. This course is for professionals that are currently beginners with AI and want to become proficient with AI. If you've been using ChatGPT since it first came out and is watching video about it since the first came out and you are a guru of AI, this course is not for you. But I'm guessing you will not have been at a webinar that is called Get Started with Copilot, right? So my thing that I guarantee is the 14 days money back guarantee. If you completed the course, you're not satisfied, you think I robbed you, just send me an email, okay? Just send me an email. Dave, I'm not satisfied. I won't ask any question. I don't really care of the $100. What I care is that you're satisfied and you share this course with your friends saying, hey, I learned so much from Dave's course. You need to follow it as well. You need to learn this as well. It changed my workflow. I'm so much more productive. Tell me if you want a refund. I'll give it. No question asked. I don't care. I'm not this corner store, that doesn't want to refund you. If you're happy, I'm happy. And if you want a refund and that makes you happy, that makes me happy as well. So this being said, 14 days after buying, there's no risk, guys. Just buy the course. There's no risk. I tell you right now, I'm going to refund you. I want this to be the best course, and I want your testimonials as well. Okay. Please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed the content. Please like this video. It's going to spread it to a lot more people. There's going to be a Q&A question in a few seconds, but I want to go over the learning objectives of this course real quick. So first, it's to gain a comprehension of what AI is, understand what Microsoft Copilot and how it functions as an AI tool, I want you to develop the skill to craft effective prompts for Microsoft Copilot. So we'll apply Copilot to draft professional emails. We'll utilize Copilot for decision making. We'll leverage Copilot to prepare for important meetings. And of course, much more use case, because this course is amazing, I tell you, right? I want you to also understand, this is US bank account. This is Canadian. Everything you see on the website is Canadian. TT. So yeah, basically. So just what I wanted to say is I want you to understand the limits of Copilot as well. So I just wanted to make sure that you don't think that AI is magic. So I'll show actually the good and the bad sides of it. And actually you'll be able to understand how to use AI in the 365 apps. So TT, I'm not too sure I understood your question, but the prices you see on the website are all Canadian dollars. So it's probably cheaper. If you're from the US, it's probably cheaper for you. So it's roughly 75 US when you apply the discount. So it is the Q&A section. I hope you got a lot of value. As I said, if you're not ready to buy, fair enough, but the discount is here only for 24 hours. And I want you to ask me any question you might have about AI right now in the chat. I'll be available for a few more minutes. Thank you for showing up, everyone. I'll be making these webinars more and more often because I think the AI knowledge must be shared away, or shared out, shall I say. And I think it's going to really change the way professional workers work. And even myself in my day-to-day, I use it quite a bit, and it is actually amazing what I can do in a single day now. I'm way more productive, and people that have taken my courses have seen real transformation, because that's why you should follow a class. When you follow a class, you should buy a transformation and not only information. Today I gave you information. In the class there is a transformation, so how to change your workflow to be better with AI. Feel free to ask a question in the chat. If not, it was a pleasure talking to you guys today, and I really enjoyed doing that. I hope you got a lot of value out of this webinar, and please share it with your friends. The recording will be available on this YouTube channel. I'll send it over to you by email as well. And remember, you have 24 hours for the Copilot 50 discount. Why I'm giving such a huge discount is just to tell you thank you for coming on this webinar. And also I kind of just released the course, so I want your honest testimonial. At some point the course will market itself, so it's going to be amazing. So thank you so much everyone for attending. I don't see much question right now, and I'll see you in the next webinar. Make sure you press the like button on this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace everyone, I'm Dave, and it was really great to have